What is happening, my YouTube family? It is your boy B New coming at you once again this morning. As we all know, the Lakers suffered a defeat to the lowly Detroit Pistons last night. So I don't know how many of you were able to watch the game last night. I know it wasn't a nationally televised game and things, and a lot of people didn't get to see it because they had other games that was broadcast last night. But of course, you know myself, I want to. You know what I said? I want to tune into the game and watch LeBron bounce back from last night, from the previous night when they had lost to Philadelphia. And in my mind, I was wondering. I said, well, because I hadn't really, been on the news earlier that day or seen anything because I wasn't placing any bets or anything. So I did not know that Anthony Davis was going to be out. In my mind, I was thinking, okay, it's the second night of a back-to-back. It is the lowly Detroit Pistons. And I'm thinking LeBron James is gonna get a break and maybe take him a night off. But then when I saw that he was suited up and ready to play, and it was Anthony Davis who was sitting, I said, "Oh my Lord!" So then some things started to come together to me. So now I finally realized, and I don't know how long Anthony Davis been battling his injury. Maybe that's just something that happened in Philly. I'm not sure. They didn't really speak on it too much, and I hadn't had a chance to really research it. So if you do know, put that in the comments below and let me know. We in this together. So let me know if Anthony Davis been battling that thigh contusion, how long he has been, because he is out. He was out last night and didn't play. So as I tuned into the game, I said, okay, well, without Anthony Davis, maybe they said, well, we can rest him. LeBron not really injured. He can just kind of take it easy this game, and they can coast and go ahead and beat Detroit. So I don't know if y'all saw it or even saw any highlights of it, but LeBron James came out on fire. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he came out and shot 100%. I want to say in the first quarter, he was like 6 out of 6, and 4 of those was threes. Maybe 5 of them was threes. I think 5 of them was threes, like 5 out of 5 on 3-pointers. He had 17 points in the first quarter, and I said, oh, man, something special is going on. Something is really cooking. Something really about to get cooking. I said, LeBron just might go for another 40 tonight. He might just go for another 40, maybe even 50 tonight. I mean, the way he just came out on fire, everything he shot. And I think what LeBron James' mindset was, okay, I'm going to come out here and get it going. And once I get it going and we take a good lead, then this team going to give up. It's Detroit. They in last place. I'm just going to do my thing, and then that's going to propel my team to victory. But as in all cases, see, I've been saying how good the Lakers bench was. I keep bragging on how good the Lakers bench is. But you know what? You got to show it. You got to show it. You can't say, oh, Schroeder was the 6th man of the year last year, or runner-up for 6th man of the year last year. Montrezl Harrell was 6th man of the year last year. You can't live off the past. You got to go off the present. Montrezl hasn't gave us anything the past 2 games. Schroeder, I'm not sure how well he's fitting in. I'm starting to think LeBron does need to go back to playing point, and we could bring Schroeder off the bench. There's just a lot of different ways you could do it. I mean, Caruso, he might even have earned a starting spot over KCP at this point, as good as he and LeBron plays together. And KCP has just been so up and down this year. He's just so inconsistent. One game he'll come out and do good, and then the next game you come out and not give you anything. We got to have more consistency. We definitely got to have some more consistency out of KCP. But anyway, back to the game. So LeBron came out and did that. And then, of course, Detroit just kept coming back. And I don't know what the world, Blake Griffin, I mean, you go to Detroit and people don't really watch you that much. I'm not going to lie. I don't be like, oh, let me get to my league pass and tune in and see what Detroit is doing tonight. And I mean, they still got savvy veterans on the team. Derrick Rose, Blake Griffin, but Wayne Ellington last night was, on fire. I want to say he hit like 7 threes. But then what really killed me was Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin, I don't know if he took this personal because him and LeBron was doing a little bit of jabbering at one another. But he all of a sudden lit it up in the second half. Blake Griffin hit 5 threes. Now, I remember Clippers Blake Griffin. I don't remember this Blake Griffin out here spreading the floor and hitting 5 threes, shooting 50% from 3. He took 10 threes. So that just show you the way the league has changed, and gone in a different direction as far as the analytics are concerned, because 3, of course, is worth more than 2. And if you shoot a lower percentage from 3 and a higher percentage from 2, you're still going to win the game because it's more points. So that's what analytics is all about, as I'm sure all of you know. But anyway, so the Lakers went into the half winning by 2. And I could start to see the fatigue because LeBron he had 17 in the first, but then in the second, he only had 3. So he had 20 points at halftime. He still had 20 points at halftime. And I hate to say this, y'all, but this is to the point where LeBron's age is showing because, it was the second night of a back-to-back. 36 years old is nothing to play with when it comes to running up and down that court and being the facilitator and everything else that's required of him on the offensive and defensive end. But, he had 20 at half, and by the end of the game, he had 22. And, it was so many bunnies that was missed. Not just by LeBron James. It was so many bunnies that was missed point blank at the basket. Like Montrezl Harrell, I can't tell you how many layups and shots he missed right at the basket. LeBron, he missed so many shots at the basket. He started off shooting 100% in the first quarter. Then he went down to like 80, 70% in the second quarter. But then by the time the fourth quarter, I can't remember. I have to go back and check the stats, but I think he might have only shot 40% of the game. He was just missing shot after shot. It just seemed like he didn't have it in his legs anymore. And I could see he was starting to get frustrated because he tried to do what he did the other night. He came out scoring heavily and saying, okay, I'm putting the team on my back. Y'all follow me, take the lead. But then after that, I think, the other night when he booked in, and had the nice game, I want to say against Cleveland, where he had like 15 in the first quarter, 20 in the second quarter, sandwiched in between the third and fourth, the second and third, where he was really facilitating. So he tried to do that last night and was facilitating, but nobody was making shots. How can you facilitate when nobody's making shots? Now, while the Lakers did hold them to 100 points or whatever they scored, they only scored 85 points. You got outscored like 55-30 in the second half. And in the fourth quarter, and then you had to play LeBron James the whole fourth quarter. Do you think LeBron James at this age needs to be playing the entire fourth quarter on the second night of a back-to-back? Now, I'm not going to make any excuses. The Detroit Pistons showed up and won. And that is what it is. And it's just like the NFL any given Sunday. You can't just take any victory for granted and think you're going to win it. But I pretty much think that the Lakers coach, I think Vogel thought that, okay, we can coach LeBron through this game, sit Anthony Davis, and this should be an easy victory. Well, I got news for you. This road trip is far from over because then you got the Celtics Saturday night. And is Anthony Davis going to play in that game? That could get ugly. The way the bench continue to play, that could be ugly. And then you got the Hawks Monday night, who playing real good basketball. So I know road trips can wear on you, but come on now. Y'all need to step it up now. I wouldn't expect you to drop one to Detroit, even though it was the second of a back-to-back and they had previously rested the night before and were at home. These things come into play, especially when I used to, lay my money down on the line. I would always see if a team had rested the day before and was at home going against a team who was on the road on a back-to-back. Because I don't care how good you are, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to you. And I'm not making any excuses for the Lakers. They should have won that game. But at the end of the day, they did not. LeBron James came up empty in the fourth quarter. He just looked like he didn't have the energy nor the legs on some of those shots. He missed a lot of shots point blank at the rim. Montrezl Harrell missed a lot of shots point blank at the rim. A lot of people missed a lot of shots right there at the rim. Kyle Kuzma was the only bright spot. He was rebounding. He was out there really getting rebounds and crashing the boards. And not only that, he was also, I think he scored 22 points himself along with LeBron James 22. So, Kuz was stepping it up. And I think anytime that he gets the more playing minutes, he can step it up. But there's some people that I'm still not sold on. Marc Gasol, I'm not sold on you. I've been having your back, because of my ties with the Memphis Grizzlies. I've been having your back, Marc. And I know you older. And Marc, he did a good job on the boards, but there's some plays where I'm like, what are you doing? It was one play where he was wide open for three. LeBron passed him the ball like he right there for the three. LeBron had already made 4 or 5 threes. At this point, he's trying to get you more involved. So he passed it to Marc Gasol for the three, and Marc Gasol passed it right back to him. And then guess what LeBron did? Passed it right back to him. Man, I wish I had it on the tape so you can see it. Marc Gasol, he passed it to Marc Gasol at the top of the key, wide open. LeBron is over here, way over here on the left side, way past down there the logo, just want him to shoot so he can get back on defense. Obviously, he's trying to maybe get a little rest in during the game or whatever it is, because he's already scored 17 in the first quarter. So if he passes you a wide open shot, that's the shot they need you to take. That's why they acquired you, to have a center to help spread the floor, which I think is turning into a big mistake for the Lakers, because Dwight Howard is missed. JaVale McGee, believe it or not, is missed. Like, we need somebody who can crash the board and somebody who can get rebounds. And Marc Gasol, you looking a little bit slow, and I don't know, Mark. You got to step it up. Like, he made a lot of nice dimes. He capable of passing. I seen some backdoor cuts he was hitting people on. He got great vision. He do the subtle things. But, I mean, the Lakers need another big man. The Lakers definitely need another big man if they want to win the championship this year. So, like I always say, one game does not a season make. There's no reason to hit the panic button. I mean, long road trip. I mean, you don't really want to drop more than 2. So let's just hope the Lakers can go take care of business Saturday night against the Celtics, and then they can finish off their road trip Monday night against Atlanta and head back to the West Coast, and get back comfortable being at home in their own building. I guess I can check the status of Anthony Davis and see if he just day-to-day or what. But anyway, leave your comments below and let me know how you feel about. I know how y'all all feel about Marc Gasol, and the majority of Lakers Nation want him to go. But let me know how you feel about LeBron. He's slowing down a little bit. Is the age really starting to get to him? How much longer do you think he can go on being great? Does he still have a chance to be the MVP this year? Put all that in your comments below, and we can make a video and discuss that as well, because I still think that the Lakers are still the prohibitive favorites. I know Brooklyn is looking real nice, and I don't knock Brooklyn, and people want to say, are they a super team or not? I can make a whole nother video about my views on super teams, who has been super teams, and what do you say constitutes a super team. But at the end of the day, Brooklyn does have 3 outstanding players. Well, they still don't have a bench, so I don't think that they could win a championship without their bench. But if they could add Drummond and some more key pieces, I think Brooklyn could soon turn into the favorites. And what I mean by favorites, I mean Vegas odds. Vegas makes millions of dollars, you understand? So they don't make mistakes. When they make the odds, they know what they're doing. So I think that could change some things. But there's still a lot of season left to be played. So we all know that we got trust in LeBron to bring the Lakers back to the promised land on a back-to-back ship. And there's still a lot of season left. So anyway, this is your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real. I'm saying much love to y'all haters, and I'm out.